Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the 1959 horror, I don't know if you call it a classic or not, but it's definitely a horror film from 1959, starring Vincent Price called The Tingler. Of course, this movie is also directed by William Castle, and it was like kind of like a B novelty director. We're going to get into it in a minute. But this film does come towards the and so it always happens when I do these videos. There's traffic outside. It always happens with it happens in the end of the 50s, and it had all these little novelty acts to draw people into the movie theaters because television was involved. So because they had to come up with in the 1950s, they had to come up with novel ideas to bring people back into the movie theaters because people were watching movies on television. And so William Castle is one of those guys who directed movies, and they put in like novelty bits into the movie theaters so the audience could interact with the films in a small way. And for the Tingler, he had when the plot of the Tingler was Vincent Price plays a doctor, a pathologist, who finds out that people could die from fear. And the reason is that there's this creature that's in every human body, which he dubs the Tingler, which is like the tingling spot feeling you have going up and down your spine when you get scared. And the reason why it doesn't kill you, the only way the Tingler will kill you, or kill a human being, is if you scream. It will reduce the Tingler and won't be so much of an effect, but it will grow inside of you and kill you if you don't scream. And it's a crazy concept, but there was the plot of the film, and to interact, William Castle had certain movie theaters with certain seats. If you're sitting in it, you can feel the Tingler going up and down your back. It will give like an electric. It would be like a massage chair type of effect. If you sit in a chair and you click on a switch, I remember my father had one of these chairs when I was a kid, so I remember that you plug it in and you press the button, it will feel like getting a massage. That's what it would feel like. And the only way it would stop that is if you would scream. And at certain points in the movie, when we went to see this film, certain points of the movie will tell you to scream, and you would scream, and the chair would stop tingling. Of course, this movie, I should also mention this, the character, the Vincent Price's character, this doctor that he plays, becomes friends with the guy who was married to a deaf mute, and who of course cannot scream. They didn't have any vocal cords, so she couldn't scream. So she literally died of fear. And her husband helps to set her up with conjunction with this doctor, uses doctor to give her some kind of drugs to, like a hallucinogenic drug to make her be afraid and try to make her scream. But of course, actually she couldn't scream because she didn't have the vocal cords, so she literally died of fright. And during that particular scene, she's in the bathroom, and there's one brief glimpse of color in this mostly black and white film. You see blood in the bathtub and stuff, and a hand coming out of the tub. It's kind of like what this is in New York City. One of the local stations, Channel 11, for years and years and years, used to do a thing called Chiller Theater. I think by the 80s, they pretty much stopped doing it. Which would go to late night horror films, like B-movie horror films, and it looks like the clip with the hand coming up with like 6 fingers instead of 5 coming out of the ground. It looks like it's that type of effect in this movie, but it's in the bathtub with blood. It's that water that's filled with blood in this bathtub. So it's kind of like a real. It's not like The Wizard of Oz where you have the majority of the middle of the movie was in color, but it's just this one scene in the Tingler. And I didn't think it was this bad movie. Of course, there is a scene after this guy's wife died. Richard Price does the autopsy. He actually does find the Tingler. Instead of the Tingler being like a little creature, now it's like maybe a 6. It looked like it was like 2-foot long creature that grew in the body of this woman because she couldn't scream to either kill her. We can't really kill her, but at least reduce it so it won't be that affected. And the creature got out. So Vincent Price had it in a box, and the creature got so big, it was so strong, it actually broke out of the box and was running around in the movie in the movie theater that the deaf mute and her husband owned and manned. So the creature was running around, and of course they cut off the movie, and you just see a blank screen, and you have William Castle saying, "Okay, everybody, scream," and of course you have to scream to encourage people to scream so to kill the Tingler in this movie theater. I mean, it was, I guess you could really say it was like an interactive movie. And it was kind of fun to see this. It's the first time I actually saw this movie just this morning. So I was fresh in my brain, and it was kind of fun and to see this movie. It is pretty good. I mean, it's not a terrible movie, but it's one of those movies you can watch it and have fun watching. And the interactive stuff kind of reminds me of what they did with Gremlins 2, the new batch, and hopefully eventually, if I ever have time to watch it, I'll watch those 2 Gremlin movies again. I know I did before to watch the movies again to do a real proper review of it, because it's been some time since I've seen those movies. And they did kind of interactive thing with Gremlins 2 as well. And when I saw the Tingler and saw that particular scene when encouraging the audience to scream, reminded me of that. So it's kind of, I think it would have been an interesting experience actually in 60 years ago to go see this movie and to experience that. I think we'll see how fun it would have been. But of course you don't have that kind of interaction with movies anymore. But of course, to get back to the plot, the Tingler, of course, has since been put back in the body of the dead wife, the deaf mute, because they figure it belongs in that body, and that's how pretty much the movie, ends that way. And Vincent Price does come off as a villain a little bit. At first, because trying to find the Tingler and stuff, but it turns out he actually was the hero of the piece. And I'm going to give away who was the real villain in this movie. I'm not going to do that, but it's this movie is fun, and it's fun to see Vincent Price in one of these famous horror films, because recently the Movies TV did since October, they're showing a bunch of horror films. They did a whole day of tribute to Vincent Price, and this was one of the movies that they showed, including Return the Fly, which they just recently reviewed. But the Tingler is kind of fun. I don't think the kids would be too. If little kids were watching this movie for the first time, it's not going to really scare them that much. And that's the part of the fun of this particular film. So kids won't be that scared that much. That's why the earlier horror films, the pre-slasher films that I grew up with, it's fun to have kids to watch a movie like this because it's more fun. And it's not that scare. Well, the creature might scare them, but other than that, it's a fun movie for kids. At least I think it is. So let me review the movie The Tingler. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com or wdy.c.com. Homepage and review of Christine Moore. And please check out all those videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.